So with the amount of people that are currently leaving Robinhood and going over to other platforms like Webull, I've been getting a ton of questions. Okay, Brad, I know how to do the wheel. I've been doing the wheel forever on Robinhood, but when I get over to Webull, it looks completely different. So can you show me how to place a covered call and a cash secure put over on the Webull platform? That's what this video is going to be about. It's not going to be about what is a covered call or a cash secure put. I'll leave those linked down in the comments below. Those videos have well over 125,000 views. This is just going to be how to place that call. And if you haven't made the switch over, you are going to eventually, once you see how good the Webull platform is. Now's a great time to do it. They're giving away 5 free stocks. They're even giving away some free crypto, and you can now trade crypto in New York, which you were not allowed to do. So I am pretty pumped about that. But I'll leave that link down in the comment section, also in the description below, if you want to try out Webull and at least get a couple of free stocks. So right now the markets are open. It is the 25th Monday of April, the year 2022. And we can see, guys, if we look at this, this is the Robinhood platform. Very, very easy to use, but like you've heard on the internet, it's just a little bit finicky, especially if you want to do some short-term stuff. That's why a lot of people are going over and trading over on Webull now. But I'm going to use Intel for both examples. So the share price, everything should be about the same. Right now, they have the share price at $46.74. If we come over here, $46.75, pretty much the same exact thing, but a completely different screen. Now, a lot of people think that Webull is crazy with how they set their screen up, and why doesn't everyone just do it like Robinhood? If you have another brokerage, I know that Fidelity looks like this. I'm pretty sure Charles Schwab looks like this. Interactive Brokers has a more similar setup to this platform than the Robinhood platform. So if you go anywhere else, maybe you don't want to go to Webull. If you go somewhere else, you're more likely to see this platform here. Now, what are the major differences? One of the major differences is at the top on Robinhood, all of the expirations are in a drop-down form. So everything that we're looking at right now is for April 29th, where if we go over to the Webull platform, they give you all of the available expirations, and I really like that they give you how many days till expiration there is. This is great if you're going to be using things like Theta, and you know that Theta starts to ramp up 30 to 45 days out. It allows you to make longer plays and understand how Theta more directly affects this right here. The other thing that it has is up on top on Robinhood, you need to click buy or sell, and you also need to toggle between call and put. Now, some people like this option, and frankly, myself, I like that they only show one call or put, where if we come over here onto Webull, right now they are currently showing both. Let's use this 29th. It is 4 days away. They're currently showing all the puts on the right side here, and they're showing all the calls on the other side. But if maybe you're only making covered calls, right up here at the top of the screen, you could just click calls, and it's just going to give you the calls, not the puts. You can click both. Another thing you could do is you can add more strikes, all the way up to 50 strikes or so. This is a lot of strikes for me. So I'm just going to go back down to 10 strikes. But right now, April 29th is exactly for Intel, is exactly what we're looking at, the same as here. Right now I have the call side on. I do not have the puts. I'm just going to leave both of these up to show you some different options that you can also toggle through. Another major difference that you're going to see when you come into Webull is the expirations. All right, they increase as you go up the page on Robinhood. And this was a major thing for me when I switched over to Webull, because that was not the case. As you went up in strike price, right, we can see we come down 44, 45, it goes down in the opposite direction. That was so confusing to me. I was like, so pissed. Then I realized all you have to do is click this button right up here and it changes it around. So if I click this button, it decreases as you go down the page. It increases as you go down the page. As you click this, it goes up. All right, so not really that big of a deal. Now we're looking at the same 49, 50 strikes as we had over on Robinhood. The one right next to that with the two arrows that point in, that's just a mirroring function. As we can see, we have bid, ask, last that go from left to right on the put side. And then we have bid, ask, less, that they both converge out from the strike. That's my personal preference. If you wanted them both to read left to right, you would just click this. Once again, all the way to your far left, you'd have bid, and far left in the puts, you would have the bid over there. Some people like that, and my buddies have said they like that because it helps them quickly differentiate between calls and puts. When they were mirrored, sometimes they'd forget. I don't know. Once I've been using it for like a day, it wasn't that much. I like to look at the strike and then know that I'm looking at 2 bids, 2 asks, things like that. Generally, I'm not really looking at both. I'm either going to make a covered call or a cash secure put. So just to keep things, now that we've seen that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on the call side. Now, the next thing you notice is they give you the strike price, the break even, things like that. But if you really want to look at the Greeks and stuff, you need to click it and open it up. Is that really that big of a deal? No, it's not that big of a deal. But it is nice to see everything without needing to click it. Say you wanted to compare 2 deltas, you want to compare 2 thetas, right? I'd have to open up this and it starts to take up screens. It's very, very nice over here that you can start to add the Greeks right here on the screen. I can see the difference between a May 6th theta if I wanted to at the same strike. Here's May 6th, $49 strike. Here's April 29th, $49 strike. I can immediately see on one screen the difference of that delta and the difference of that theta, the implied volatility. I like having it all on one screen. But some people might think this is overkill, and it's maybe you don't want percent change on there. Maybe you don't want implied volatility, and that's fine. I know when I'm just doing a covered call, I pretty much only care about delta. I don't really care about gamma and theta. So if you click this button right over here, the options menu, it allows you to eliminate and get rid of things you don't want. You can add as many things you want. Bid size, ask size change. There's all of these different options that you can add right here inside the options change. But for me, I like the bid, the ask, the last. I like to see the volume. The mid price, that's over here. That's what we really see when we see the $86 here on Robinhood. That is the mid price in between the bid and the ask. They don't really teach you about what the bid and the ask price is. Bid 85, ask 86. That's a pretty tight bid-ask spread. But this is essentially the mid price that you've been looking at the whole time. So that's the price that you're going to want to see. I don't really care about open interest, bid size. I don't care about the change of percentage. These are all things that I don't really care about. For the Greeks, when I'm doing covered calls, it's different for different strategies. I really just like delta. So I'm just going to click those and boom. This is my nice condensed screen that now I can see everything. Here's the mid price. So this $70 is going to relate. What's that strike? That strike is 49. So if I go up to 49, $71 is currently the mid price for that. 71, here is the mid price, $70, a little bit discrepancies. They have different market makers. But like I said, once again, this is live. So there is a bit of a dollar difference there, which is kind of how Robinhood makes their money. But these guys are also free transactions as well. So that difference in the bid and the ask price, especially when they're that tight, it could be a little bit different. But this is really all that I'm going to be looking at. Now, once we get everything understood here, we can start to place the actual trade. Now on Robinhood, they have a nice little plus button, and I will give Robinhood credit here. They've added some great features to show you the max loss, the break evens, and things like that, which is awesome for beginners. But this is a nice feature that Robinhood did add. Here's how we are going to place this option. And I'll just show you right up here. It says single option. That's what we're going to want to be doing. But as you get more advanced, guys, they make it very, very easy for you to do a bunch of options. The only thing that's missing from here that they keep telling me, the poor man's covered call, right? The diagonal calendar debit spread, that's not on here just yet. But you can make your straddle strangles. It will help you set all that up. But for this, we're just going to make a single. This is going to be a covered call. So now to place that option after I have a single chosen, I'm going to come under calls, right? If we had both, it'd be right here. What I want to do is I'm going to click on this blank tab right here, right? If you had just calls open, it's going to be the one over here, right under calls. You're going to click that. It's going to say buy or sell. On Robinhood, you have to click buy or sell. How many people have thought they were selling a call and it was still on buy because it defaults to the buy? I've done it. Leave in the comments. You've done it too. This is like a little bit of a foolproof way to help yourself. I am going to buy or sell an option. In this case, we are going to sell. And when we click sell, what it's going to do is it's going to open up a new order entry sheet for you. And you can go ahead and make this bigger. You can even add this to your widget page right below if you really wanted to. I've done a video on how to set up a page. If you want to know, this is my actual options page and all my different widgets on it. You can make this up. I'll link that video down in the description in the comments as well, how to set everything up. But it's going to open a new tab for you. Once again, you have everything in line. Single option, you can be setting up the condors if you want, the symbol, the strike. You could change everything right here from the order screen that you want. Expiration, call, sell, all of these things we know. A limit, we know the difference between a limit, a market. These are the options that they give you. We'll just do a limit. 83, I usually am going to try and look at the mid. So I'm looking here at the 83, 84 is the mid. I'm going to place that, and we want that to be in effect until the day, end of the day, or good to close. This is the first order entry sheet that you'll see, but they also give you something really awesome. At the bottom, if you look at graph, they show you the graph very similar to what we saw over here on Robinhood. So it's not as intuitive as Robinhood, but it definitely, you can make your order from here. Single option, sell. It's all the same thing on the tab. I know some people like the graph method. Some people like the table method. That's really up to you. You can kind of drag the strike along and do whatever you need to do. For me, I'm a table guy. I like to have the tables, and it's really as simple as that. They tell you the credit that you're going to receive and all the information, and then it's just going to be as simple as place order, and they're going to give you all the confirmations that you would get over in Robinhood. And maybe, guys, you got to this particular spot and you're like, damn it, this was supposed to be a cash or put. Very simple. Type, put, done. You're good to go. It's as simple as that, guys. And really, once you get used to this, just like anything, I love having all this other information. I love how I can set up all my widgets. I have all my order entries and everything right here for me. This was very, very nice as a beginner, but as you start to increase the things that you're doing with options, especially once you want to start going for different options type strategies, this is probably going to be the best way to go. And like I said, if you're on another broker, I'm not like a Webull fanboy. I'm just telling you what I'm using and what I like. But if you're doing this on another broker, this is really what it's going to be looking like. So if you're looking to move from Robinhood, even this video will probably help you and be very similar to the brokerage that you're using. If you are on another brokerage outside of Webull and it looks completely different than this, can you leave a comment down below? Let me know. Or if you do have a brokerage that is very similar to this Webull, let me know. So people that maybe don't want to go to Webull, maybe they want to go to Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard, they'll know that watching this video might help them as well. I thank you guys so much for watching. If you did get any value and you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next video.